All right, here I am. And I thought I wasn't going to make it at all, but I decided to come on here anyways. And I wanted to share a little bit something with you. And I wanted to tune in and find out what is actually going on right now with this intense energy that we are experiencing. I don't know if you've been going through similar things, but it's been very, very busy. And I found that a lot of people are very emotional, moody, reactive, controlling, and it's been very intense. And I know we had the solar flares and we had the super moon, and I guess the energy combined has created this intense energy that seems to be affecting everybody. And I really wanted to actually tune in and receive information from the angels, from the collective, and see what is actually going on, and also how is this energy helping us moving forward in our own lives. Like, because I don't believe that energy is here to hurt us or cause problems. Usually, it's here to help us in some way, form, or shape. And we sometimes don't understand what it really is about, or why that it's actually here and how it is helping us, because we often only see the negative about what we're experiencing. So yeah, let's tune in and see what's going on, and I'll find out a little bit more about it. And I'm going to use my blindfold for this time and see what comes up. All right. So the intention is to tune into the energy and receive answers about what is happening and why that we're experiencing this right now. Hmm. So they're saying that there was a lot of stagnant energy, and the stagnant energy came from the experiences we've had over the past couple of years with COVID and everything else that was going on. There was a lot of pent up energy and stagnant energy. A lot of things have not been moving forward at all. Um, a lot of people have been stuck or have been inside a reality that they had believed in, or that they had just accepted or taken on. So they're saying that the river of life has to always be flowing. And when there's a blockage, eventually that blockage just needs to be shoved really strongly so the flow can start to happen again. Hmm. It is what we're experiencing right now is actually pushing us to make a decision and stop going forward back and being wishy-washy about things, but to actually make a final decision about something so that we no longer are stuck. So we're stuck because we're not making a decision, or we're not sure about what decision to make. So we're being forced to make a decision and to actually stick with that decision. And the more that you're trying to hang on to the past or hang on to how things were or are, the more difficult the experience is of pushing yourself forward or moving yourself forward. Mm. Actually, being reminded of a tarot card I pulled a couple months ago, more towards the beginning of the year, and it was the card Judgment. And judgment is all about releasing your own judgment towards yourself and also towards other people, releasing judgment and criticism and shame and guilt and all of these things because they've been weighing you down. So when you're weighed down, then you can't really fully do the things that you really want to do, that you're excited about. You can't really develop yourself. You can't really move forward. You can't really take action. And that gives that feeling of stuckness. Mm. It also sometimes you have to get rid of people in your environment that have been judging you or criticizing you a lot. It's not going to be good for you if you stay in that place. You have to actually let that go. Each person is on their own journey and they learn from this journey as well. So they learn from each other. You learn from them, they learn from you. Hmm. And a lot of you have not spoken your truths properly because you were afraid of the consequences, which also allowed certain situations to linger on longer than they should have. Hmm. I'm going to ask what is the result? Like, what is coming out at the end after we're moving through this energy? What is the result, or what is the accomplishment, or what is the benefit, or what are we achieving with that, or what is happening after? Hmm. So they're telling me that there's new opportunities coming your way. If you're staying in the same place, if you're staying in that stuckness, if you would stay there, you would not be able to see those opportunities. They also have saying that there have been your guides have been pushing you forward to get you to finally do the things that you came here to do on this planet. They're also saying that you need to have your head clear so that you can receive your own insights and have your own understanding. So you're no longer distracted and influenced and biased by people and situations around you. So you need to have your head clear to do this, what comes next. Hmm. Um, they're also saying that some of the past predictions are concluding within the next couple of months. I'm getting the number of 8 months down the road. And it's almost like things will be finally really clear and there will be like a big aha moment of why did you going through what you're going through right now with the intense energy. And this is collectively, but it could be quite individually as well. Mhm. So they also wanted to remind you that everything is going as planned, as originally planned from the spiritual world. And this may be difficult sometimes to understand, um, because on that level, everything is already known. So the future is fully known. They're just saying that everything is going as planned. I personally feel sometimes that we don't realize that everything is always as planned. It's part of the unfoldment of this experience. However, they're also saying that this is why we're going through intense energies, is so that we push ourselves to finally make a decision so that we can fully step into these things that we know that we've been called to do in this lifetime. They're also saying not to get too hung up on what that thing is for you, because it's just one of many things. And to also remember to actually, you have a life, and that you got to enjoy your life and live your life. And there's lots of variations to it and a lot of experiences you have. But there's certain things that you know for sure that you always wanted to do, or you feel really called to do. Those things will start to really come and take some shape. Now you'll remember who you are. You remember who you Also, you cannot remember who you are if you're constantly are busy, when your head's full of stuff, if you're always distracted, if people take up all the space in your life that you can no longer focus, or that you can no longer be yourself. Hmm. Some old passions are going to return. I'm seeing some reconnections with people from the past. And it's almost like it will be as if you never even missed, like, it's almost like sometimes we have friends that come back and we haven't seen them in a long time, but it's as if they never left. And that's kind of like the feeling I'm getting. Like, it feels almost like the past couple years were just like a dream. Like, it wasn't even real. It was totally real, but it will feel like that because something is just kind of sort of catch up with you. I also feel like an energy of things will sort of click in place and finally align. And that's basically because you're making the decision that, well, actually, you're just making finally a proper decision. And that is why now then you freeing yourself up so that you can align with what is really here for you. I also feel that a lot of the past anxiety that may have been felt by some of you is finally subsiding, because I feel there is support coming in from different directions, but especially one or two areas where that will make you feel like you're not so alone anymore, and you don't have to think of everything yourself. Things will start to sort of click in place so that you feel supported fully. Some normalcy is just returning again, which is really nice. It's a nice feeling. Hmm. Um, I'm just getting this information. I've received this in the past already, not a couple months ago, I think, about some heavy storms coming our way. And this is more in the environment, as in like tornadoes and hurricanes and bad weather. Um, but I'm just gonna see what time frame this is. There's some this year, but there's something big coming up next year. Something really big. People will think that they're controlling the weather somehow. Like it's one of these the conspiracies. Uh, a lot of people are going to be in a really bad situation, losing their homes and all that. Uh, what comes to me is we weather the storm. News flash. I don't know why that's in my head. The red carpet. Hot flashes. Sometimes this random stuff just pops in, but it is usually related to something that is going to happen down the road. Um, expiry date. Life has an expiry date. Yeah, we know that. I'm also seeing or feeling like I'm somehow observing a situation somewhere in the southern regions of America, kind of more like feels like Mexico or Costa Rica. And also they're saying the Philippines. I don't know why they're mentioning what is it about. Um, some to do with a lot of people who moved in those areas. I'm hearing an airplane flying around. Um, so, sort of like listening to a story about somehow, and I think this is kind of like something that somebody is saying or people are believing is like when you're running away from things, it's going to catch up because wherever you go, there you are, or wherever you go, it's like when you're running away from things, you're not actually dealing with it, if you know what I mean. So every time we run away from things or situations, we're not properly dealing with it. And it will follow us around because this is the law of the universe. You're supposed to deal with it and not run away from it. I'm seeing some people or hearing that some people are trying to move, but somehow they can't afford moving. I'm seeing some people moving in with relatives or moving in with um, other people just to be able to get away from another place. I'm seeing something looks like a red flag. I'm hearing something like the grass isn't always greener, or something about the roses don't always smell better, or something like that. It's not the exact saying, but something, the meaning of that we can probably understand. They're saying something about that there's a big explosion in the sea on an oil rig. And something about a factory. Bullets. I don't know if this is a factory that makes bullets or makes weaponry. What is this about? We can't help you. So this is very random things like now, right now, and I get that a lot sometimes. Sometimes they make sense later. I'll let you know if they do make sense later. I'm actually seeing. I don't know if this is the army or SWAT team or something, but they're really. What I heard was they're really cracking down on the conspiracy theorists. Don't like this at all. It's going to get worse before it gets better. I think this is a little bit down the road. How long down the road? 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. I'm also seeing that some of the people who are in like government, like higher ups, having a little bit of a hard time managing what's coming at them. It's almost like they cut off a piece a little bit too larger than they can handle. Uh, there's a threat of an impending war. Torpedoes. Who's shooting torpedoes? China. I don't know if it's China, but it sounded like China. It could be Korea. I don't think it's China. The yellow flag. I don't know what it belongs to, but you tell me. It's on top of a ship. And I'm seeing something that looks to me like a huge submarine, massive one. They're coming from underground. Hmm. It's 4 years. I'm getting a number 4. I was asking how many years. 4, 4, 5. That's intense. Sure is. I'm seeing people doubting me, which is kind of funny. Nobody's really paying attention because they're too busy with their own concerns. You can basically do whatever you want. Nobody cares. I don't know what this is gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. We'll find out. I don't know what shell houses are, but that's what comes in. Sometimes I do get the wording wrong, so be aware of that. It's hard sometimes to spell it out. Night gun. I'm assuming that's a night vision gun. You're using night vision guns on what? I see them in the forests. They're protecting the borders. What happened? Something to do with money. A collapse? And a lot of hoarding of gold. They want the gold in the silver bag. I see a lot of people trying to cross borders. They're really scared they're running. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to go into this another time a little bit more because there's a lot of detail, a lot of stuff coming through that right now is like all over the place. So when I do this every week, more stuff is going to clear up. Things are starting to make sense. So I'll be sharing more about it. But yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch this video because I don't actually remember everything now. But yeah, it's very interesting always what comes through. And I hope that some of it made sense and that you were able to receive some kind of messages for yourself from it. And yeah, and I'll do that again next week. I love doing it. It's awesome. And I hope you enjoy your night, your day, your week, wherever you are. And I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching.